Hello, everyone. My name is Jim Dove, and today I'm talking about leading across cultures, specifically comparing US and German leadership expectations through my experience at KWS. KWS operates globally, and since our headquarters are in Germany, while much of our market growth is in the US, cultural leadership differences are something I work with every day. These differences influence how we communicate, make decisions, set expectations, and build trust across our teams. I chose this topic because cultural mismatch can create friction in global organizations, but when leaders understand it, it becomes one of the greatest strengths a team can have. Why cultural leadership matters. Leadership isn't universal. Global organizations often assume that what motivates one culture automatically motivates another, but Hofstede's research shows that cultures differ in power distance, uncertainty avoidance, individualism, communication style, and decision-making norms. If leaders ignore these differences, productivity and morale drop. Trust becomes harder to build. Collaboration slows down because people interrupt the same situation through completely different lenses. At KWS, US teams often want fast decisions and autonomy, while our German teams want deeper alignment and documentation. Neither is wrong. They're simply operating from different cultural expectations. Once leaders recognize that, navigating the differences becomes significantly easier. The US leadership norms. In the US, leadership tends to feel informal, accessible, and fast paced. Employees expect direct access to leaders and prefer conversational communication style. Recognition and autonomy play a huge role in motivation. Decision making is often quick. Americans are comfortable with good enough to move forward, which supports innovation and adaptability. Ownership also matters. People want room to try things, experiment, and learn from mistakes. If a leader slows down too much or adds too many layers, motivation can drop quickly. Another pattern I've seen in the US is that our US teams want to be included early. When leaders ask for input up front, people feel valued and more committed to the outcome. German leadership norms that I've seen. Germany has a very different leadership style rooted in structure and clarity. Hierarchy and roles matter more, and people want to understand exactly who owns each decision. Planning is extremely important, so decisions take longer because alignment is expected with all stakeholders. German teams aim for precision, more of a right the first time mindset rather than good enough. From a US perspective, that can feel overly cautious, but it leads to strong long-term consistency. Communication is also more formal and expects preparation. If something is on the agenda, the assumption is that materials are finalized, data is accurate, and questions have been thought through ahead of time. Where leadership styles can clash as well as complement. This is where the differences become most visible. The biggest friction point is pace. The US prioritizes speed and action. Germany prioritizes completeness and alignment. They're just simply different rhythms. Autonomy is another difference. US teams want to act quickly and independently, while German teams want clarity and process first. Feedback styles differ as well. Americans are comfortable with direct, informal conversations, while Germans often expect structured, thoughtful input. And when it comes to planning or reporting, the US adapts quickly, while Germany emphasizes minimizing uncertainty through detailed forecasting. On the right side of the slide here are a few real-world examples. US field teams may push for quick dealer support decisions, while Germany asks for more data first. Marketing timelines often move faster in the US than Germany prefers. And then sometimes the US requests flexibility at the same time Germany is rolling out standardized global processes. These situations are completely normal. They just highlight each cultural approaches leadership differently. How leadership strategies can bridge the gap. Because these patterns come up often, leaders play a key role in bridging the gap. One strategy is adjusting pace, slowing down slightly when working with Germany and speeding up slightly when working with the US teams. Meeting in the middle sets up better alignment. Blended communication also works well. Using US openness along with German clarity creates conversations that are both just efficient and accurate. Providing structure first and autonomy second what I call a framework plus freedom approach consistently supports both cultures. Asking cultural questions like, is this step required or preferred? Helps avoid misunderstanding. And finally, empowering through clarity, encouraging people, reinforcing confidence, and recognizing success helps build trust across our cultures. Leaders often serve as a bridge, translating expectations so both sides feel supported. Why cultural awareness makes you a better leader. Cultural awareness strengthens leadership because it builds trust, reduces unnecessary conflict, and makes communication smoother. When people feel understood instead of judged, they contribute more openly and confidently. At KWS, embracing cultural differences helps us blend German discipline with American agility. That combination has made our planning, execution, and collaboration much stronger. It's also pushed me to grow as a leader by being more intentional about how I motivate and communicate across these different expectations. Ultimately, cultural awareness turns diversity into performance advantage. When leaders can bridge cultures effectively, teams stop working across each other and start working with each other. And then these are the couple of references that I used in the slides here. And thank you for your time and have a great week.